Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we will talk about the new matchmaking from Crytek for Hunt Showdown. And this is what I have prepared for you guys today. First, we will talk about the existing matchmaking system. I think this is important because it's still in the game. And I will once and for all explain how it works. Afterwards, we will talk about the new matchmaking system, which I will also call the additional matchmaking system. And then there's way more we can talk about. For example, what is with the trainee mode and the matchmaking system? Or what happens when you queue in a group or solo? So we will talk about the group matchmaking. And afterwards, the quick play and matchmaking. And at the end, personal opinion. Always keep in mind to check out the pinned comment, because they will probably fine-tune this and work on this in the future as well. And I will only do this one video about the matchmaking, at least I hope. So always check the pinned comment or the changes. Alright, let's get this started. Okay, let's talk about the existing matchmaking. So let's talk about this here. Hunt Showdown uses an ELO-like matchmaking. ELO comes from chess, by the way. They're using a similar matchmaking system. So you have a PvP rating. To get that once and for all out of the way, your PvP rating, your ELO matchmaking, you cannot see that. And it does not care about your prestige level, it does not care about your bloodline rank, and it does not care about your KD. It works like this. If you have a high ELO level and you kill somebody with a low ELO level, your PvP rating gets almost no points. If you have a low PvP rating and you kill somebody with a high PvP rating, you get a lot of points. That's why KD doesn't really work, because sometimes you get matched against lots of people that are below your ELO, especially skilled players. So your KD goes up, but maybe your PvP rating does not. Just to get this out of the way. Each region has several brackets, 1 to 6. For example, and I assume this now, Europe will have most likely 6 brackets. A different region, for example Oceania, maybe just 2. So, and this is how it works. When you start to queue for the match, let me just read this from the blog post, by the way. I'll link that in the description and the pinned comment. When you start to queue for a match, the system will try to fill the match from other players in the same bracket. Makes sense. If it is unable to fill the match with players with a similar PvP rating, it will expand the search to other brackets until it fills as much of the lobby as possible. And this is exactly where the flaw of this matchmaking is. It prioritizes full matches over balanced matches. So there's a possibility, and it can be actually quite high depending on the region you're playing in, that you encounter significantly higher or lower ranked people. So this is the big flaw. That is why you get matched against veterans from time to time. And the core issue is you only need one team of veterans in your match to really make your experience sometimes a little bit challenging. Okay, so let's have a look what they will improve. Now let's talk about the new / additional matchmaking that are implemented with 1.5.1. So let's talk about this topic. Once this is released, you will have in your lobby screen a little checkbox. A little UI checkbox called skill-based matchmaking. Or skill-based, I actually don't know. I didn't even see it yet myself. If this is enabled, you will get matched exclusively with players in your assigned skill bracket. Keep in mind that in that skill bracket there's still some variety. I'm gonna repeat myself again. I know I mentioned it in the last chapter, but maybe you skipped that one, so let's just get this out of the way once more. PvP rating calculation works like this. KD ratio, prestige, bloodline rank, they are not relevant. They are not used to put you into a skill bracket. What is used for your PvP rating, you might ask then? It is based only on performance against other players. Let me explain this really quick. Once more, if you skipped the last chapter. If you have a high PvP rating, a high ELO level, and you kill somebody with a low ELO level, you get almost no points. So your PvP rating does not really move. Although your KD increases. This can happen very fast in medium or low population servers. Maybe even in bigger populated areas. I don't know. If you have a low PvP rating, a low elo level, and you kill somebody with a high ranking, you get lots of points. So, only the performance against other people and their PvP rating matters. Your prestige level doesn't matter, your bloodline level doesn't matter, and your KD doesn't matter. I don't know why people think that prestige matters, because I know a few people who never hit or almost never hit that button. The lead designer from Han Showdown, Dennis, is prestige, I think 0 or 1. He doesn't hit that button, and he is decent at the game. Then you have Joe. I think he's right now prestige level 3. I am prestige level 35 right now, because I'm not a fan of the current prestige system. If I would prestige whenever I can, I would probably be prestige 200 if I have 2 accounts. It's alright. However, just keep in mind that this option can also result in a few drawbacks. For example, you might not get a full match anymore. But lots of people said, you know what, I want fair games, not full games. Other people say, I don't care, I want action, I want also to play against better players, whatever. So now you have the option. This is really good, this is really important that they did not change it completely. It lets you decide. And right now with the event and the numbers, they were never that high for the game. This is probably a good point right now for this change right here. However, another drawback, keep in mind exclusively in your assigned skill bracket. So that means you will not be matched against this monstrous veteran team. You will also not get the new and fresh players that you so like, you know, you like to torture them. Don't lie to me. So overall, probably your fights might be harder even. Who knows? I still think this is a good change. Especially, I think it only needs one veteran team on a map. And it becomes already pretty challenging for the rest. Alright, so this is the additional / new matchmaking. And if this box is disabled, the game tries to match with your skill bracket first, and if it is not possible, the game tries to match with other people that have the skill-based matching disabled as well. So basically, the old system. Okay, I think I covered most of it. Let's jump to the next chapter. How does the new matchmaking work with the Trainee Mode? Okay, so what happens when you're new to the game and you are in this Trainee Mode? I think it was at the beginning level 1 to 15, and now it's probably 1 to 11. I actually don't know. It's been a while since I had the Trainee Mode. You can only have skill-based matchmaking. There is no other option. You will also get a forced lower rating. This is done because they want to guarantee you that you have a better chance of becoming more familiar with the game and its mechanics before being pitted against more experienced players. Yes, I just read that from the blog post because I don't remember actually that they ever did that. But probably a good thing. So, then, you're of course less likely then to encounter highly experienced players. You can still go up against people that are good in Trainee Mode, because if somebody's experienced in FPS games in a straight up gunfight, yeah, they're still good, you know, they're not suddenly scrubs. Then, this does not apply for grouping. Very important point. So if you play and you're new to the game because your friends convinced you, hey man, Han Showdown is awesome, which it is by the way, and you play with them, yeah, it gets a little bit difficult because the PvP rating is tied to other members of your team. I don't know the exact formula, but let me tell you, it will definitely be tougher for you. But you have your friends who are probably good at the game. Am I right? So, this is it for the Trainee Mode. What happens when you leave this Trainee Mode, so reaching, I think it's currently level 11, I might be wrong, you will get an artificial PvP rating. This one is slightly lower than the initially calculated ranking. This is another safety measure basically to avoid being placed in a too high bracket. Now you will do 10 matches, and those are basically your calculations / placement matches that you will do. And then you will have your actual PvP rating. After these 10 matches, Your rating will be calculated on a per game basis. After each win, after each loss, you have a new life rating change. And there you go. That's it for the training mode. Next up, how does the group matchmaking work? So this is a question that I really get a lot. How does the matchmaking work when I'm playing in a group? Random groups will follow the standard skill-based matchmaking rules, with some slight modifications to how the group PvP rating is calculated. So what does that actually mean? You have 5 group types, right? You can play solo, you can play random duo, random trio, invite duo, and invite trio. Those are the 5 group types. When you're playing in a team, it's taking the average rating from all team members plus some multipliers. They didn't really mention what these multipliers are, so I don't know if the average rating is really in the middle. I know this sounds so stupid, but when you have somebody with high tier skill and somebody who just started the game, is it then actually in the middle, or is there another multiplier to make it a little bit higher to the more experienced dude? I don't know that one, but you can probably say on average when you're playing with your friends, your regular buddies, where you don't have these extreme cases, it's an average across the group. They also mentioned solo players versus groups, and I think this is super interesting what they said in the blog post. A solo player will not have the same PvP rating as a team of 3 players, where each member of the team has a similar PvP rating to the solo player. I think, if I understand this correctly, solo players, when they go against groups, they will play against groups where the single team member is slightly lower than the PvP rating of the solo. Interesting. The game is designed for duos. That was the original game mode. So whenever you played solo, you were at a disadvantage. Always. Will this fix this? I don't know. I think you have to be super careful because a very experienced solo player can easily smack a team of 2 new players. No problemo. I think it will just be slightly below them and you will maybe not even feel this. Let's see if we get maybe a statement from them how this actually works. Also, let's wait how this works on live servers. So once the new matchmaking hits live server, I will switch on the skill-based matchmaking and see how it feels. Maybe solo will be easier, maybe it will actually be harder because, yeah dude, there is no easy prey then anymore. Everybody is around your matchmaking, or maybe, you know, even on your matchmaking. It's very tough for solos. I don't know if the changes with this new matchmaking will it make easier for solos or if it will make it harder for solos. What do you guys think? Let me know that in the comment section. So, this is it about the grouping and matchmaking, which also covered the solo matchmaking. Here we go. So, we have 2 more chapters, 2 more topics. Let's jump straight into them. A short chapter, let's talk about Quickplay and matchmaking. Okay, so Quickplay is currently disabled. They will hopefully bring it back soon. Why is it disabled? To get more server performance for bounty hunt, so people can play the event a little bit better. Once the event is over, I hope Quickplay will come back. So probably pretty soon. Now, back to topic. The 1.5.1 changes will have no impact on Quickplay. There are no brackets in Quickplay, and the skill-based matchmaking, matchmaking? Well, okay, this is now a cooking show. The skill-based matchmaking, the UI checkbox, is disabled and grayed out. Now you're probably, why? The reason for that is not enough people are playing Quickplay. The population size for Quickplay is just too low. Before the event, bounty hunt, very fast queue times. Quickplay, not so much. Even if you have Europe selected with your secondary server, Russia or NAE, so you're really taking these high population areas, even then, the queue time was long for Quickplay. I got rather 4 matches when I played Quickplay, but the queue time was long. So the moment you will turn this with brackets, or you will turn on brackets or the skill-based matchmaking, yeah, this will get probably pretty empty. This might change. This might change. I mean, they're finally touching the matchmaking, so everything you see in the video, again, check the pinned comment. Maybe they will change this. After the event, Quickplay back, and suddenly people are like, hey man, Quickplay is back now, I want to play this. Would be cool. I love Quickplay. It's a little bit stress-free, I like it. They also said winning should feel like a real accomplishment, which is, yeah, okay. I think the main reason is just not enough people play it, so the matchmaking doesn't make sense. Okay, that's it regarding all the matchmaking topics. Let's go to the final chapter. And we're almost through. Final chapter, conclusion and opinion. So you're still here, so you probably still care about my opinion, which is great. Thank you very much. Let me just say two more things that I didn't really, I didn't know where to place them in this video. They mentioned there will still be fine-tuning for the existing brackets. I think this is very important. I mentioned there will be 1 to 6 brackets. They might add more. It depends how the population will develop the next weeks and months. Right now we have lots of people. They might become, or they will become less again once the event stops. But then we have the new map that will probably come June, July. So there will hopefully be a lot of fine-tuning for the existing brackets. There we go. Also, they added a decay for your PvP rating. If you didn't play for 6 months, your ELO, your PvP rating will drop. I think this is good, because when you come back, you're like after 6 months, 7 months, or maybe even longer, you're probably not as good anymore in Hunt Showdown. No offense. So I really like this. Then, now, opinion. Long overdue. I do not understand. One of my first feedback videos, like months ago, ages ago, was already that the matchmaking is not good. It isn't. The matchmaking, well, that's not correct. The matchmaking itself would be good if the player base would be big enough. But it isn't. And to be honest, Crytek, I love you, but this change took way too long. That probably cost the community quite some place. I know you can't do everything, sure, and I'm pretty happy it's now here. I also preferred to have this changed before the event, before this huge peak of new players, but we have it at least now. I was really scared we still don't have like this improved matchmaking once the map drops. Now the only thing left basically are the servers, but that's a different topic. We will have to see how this works out for the top percent and the lowest percent of the community. Of course, when you're like top percent and the people around you are saying, you know what? I don't want to play with you anymore. I take skill-based matchmaking with you. Then might be actually either long queue times, a little bit empty, or we will see. I hope it will just be good. Let's see. Also, less people per match. This will be definitely a thing. Maybe not in Europe and A, but maybe Oceania. So do not be surprised by that. I think in the long run this will pay off though. So even if you get now less people per match, more people will stay. One of the main issues people have with this game, by far, is the matchmaking. It's weird, but people do not like to get stomped after a long day at work by veterans. Go figure. So I'm really happy they did that. It's definitely an improvement. I don't know how this will affect me and my solo gameplay or my group gameplay. Very interesting. Good change. Let's see what they will change next. There's still a lot of quality of life stuff I want to see, like a reconnect feature. Especially when the new map hits, they will probably have, again, server issues. Lots of disconnects. And to be honest, stuff like a reconnect feature is just state of the art today. If you do it correctly, you cannot abuse this. I hope they will add this soonish. It is on their list of stuff to do. Hopefully, I think so. It would be great. Also, like, you know, preset loadouts and stuff like that. But they already did a lot. I'm bitching way more than usual. But just want to put this out there. They did an amazing job with the event. They were very fast with addressing issues. Matchmaking is finally one of them. I can't wait for this to hit live servers. It will come to the test server first, just for, you know, technical implementation testing. Does it work and stuff like this? Most of you guys will probably not go on a test server with low population to test on a skill-based matchmaking. Doesn't make too much sense. But once it hits live servers, this might be an actual game changer for Hunt Showdown and the future for Hunt. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next one. Let's roll the outro. And that's it for the matchmaking changes. I hope this answers a lot of questions. You can always come over and ask me personally over at twitch.tv/Psychoghost. Or maybe you just want to say hi or watch some Hunt. Then be my guest. A big shout out to my patrons, massive supporters for my work. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching. Next video soon. I see you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye bye.